cannot heal me. I'm not a healer. You cannot save me or hide me. This is my story. I have to make peace with it. Once upon a time, there was a girl who was being torn apart. Between homes, she learned not to trust. I always have a cry.
In what ways have you maintained a parent and child relationship? I love that.
The issue in this area is not whether or not you love your children or if they love you. The issue is, at this point, that you have a parent-child relationship with your children, and if it would bring them harm for that legal relationship to be terminated.
Ms. Locke, do you understand the purpose of this hearing? Yes. So you understand that this hearing is to terminate your parental rights. Do you understand that if the judge terminates them, you will no longer be the legal mother of your children?
Yes. Sometimes my life feels like a circle, a never-ending, ongoing cycle.
A lot of people that have cats are unknowingly doing something that is shortening their pet's life. I've been a veterinarian for 45 years, and I've treated thousands of cats.
Once you started working on Mr. Toodles, and he improved dramatically, and I think you gave him probably an extra couple of years.
Twinkie is 22 years old. She's been on my program since a kitten. She has literally not been sick in her life. There's one simple thing you can do that can live in the life of your cat. Their eyes will become brighter, their fur will become softer, and you'll see an actual glow in their fur. And you can apply these for your pet right at home without having to have me there or travel to see them.
After following Dr. Marty's advice and techniques, she became a new vet.
Our cats are a part of our family. When as a practicing veterinarian, I lost my own cat Sox to a bladder block infection when he was just 9 years old, I swore to dedicate the rest of my life to helping as many cats as possible live longer and healthier. What I'm going to share with you next allowed my other cat, Nikita, to live to the age of 24, and my next cat, Squeaky, lived to the age of 23. And in my professional opinion, as a practicing veterinarian for 4 decades, I know it will help your cat too. Hi, my name is Dr. Marty Goldstein. I'm a licensed veterinarian with a practice in South Salem, New York, and a 1973 graduate of the Cornell University College of Veterinary Medicine. Today, I'm going to expose 3 dangerous ingredients added to many cat foods, even foods that claim to be healthy, organic, and natural. That, in my professional opinion, as a practicing veterinarian of over 45 years, could give your cat kidney problems, obesity, bad digestion, or bladder stones. I call these 3 ingredients cat health destroyers. They are found in both cheap and expensive foods, and when you hear them, you will be shocked. Have you noticed your cat is getting heavier or having tartar and dental problems? Dry, flaky fur, or greasy fur, or ear infections, or yeasty ears? These things, both arthritis and diabetes, can all be the result of poor nutrition. Today, I'm also going to show you one common type of cat food found in every pet store in America that is missing a critical vitamin.
I don't know how to stop it. We'll change it. We'll break it. And they finally come close. It starts all over again. A whirlwind, tornado, set out to destroy me.
be another 15 minutes. Sorry about that.
Sometimes things begin to get better. Life falls to a new rhythm. Normal. And it may not be the best. But I've made peace with it. And it feels like almost I might be happy. Maybe I can write my own story. Start from scratch. Forget all the past.
What's that?
Oh,
Is something moving, did you say? It is, but is it on YouTube? It is. I can start it over for you if you want, since that way you will see, because it does kind of go through like the restart.
If you kind of want to watch all over again anyway.
It's only 4 minutes in.
Yeah, I will watch 4 minutes.
Oh, okay. It's kind of good. You remember this from last week? Okay.
There are tornadoes in outer space. Actually have stars. All right, Zoe, we have a visit with your mom today. So get your brother.
but then, of course, someone else makes a choice and leaves me alone to figure it out.
Now remember, this is your last visit with Benaya.
Is there anything I can do to change it?
You need to prove that you're taking steps to get your life back together.
I know.
So she got her brother back, and she's still living with the same host mom. I think this would be a foster care mom, and then usually people go for permanent adoption. They try to adopt them permanently, if that makes sense. So foster moms can be temporary. You can do foster to adopt. Permanent adoptions could be from like 1 or 5 until the age of 18. So that's kind of what they're doing right now. And that's her real mom, her biological mom. Looks like she's been in recovery. But she still looks high. Like on pills or something.
She looks like she's gonna, like, that she's eating.
Right.
She's right though, I don't know.
Just let me cook your mom. Can I please have your good luck? Come in Russian. Yeah, heard you. Can you get an orange?
Thank you so much for letting us come on short notice.
It's okay. Hi.
This is Emily.
Hi.
Hi. We're very excited to meet Benaya.
Oh, that's great.
Because she can't handle him being taken away from her again.
The lab Bobby cleaned this is indefinitely, and I know it's not ideal.
I'm real. Behind your sleeves. There you go. Use your muscles. Let me see your muscles when I have. Peace.
Oh, where's Kyra? She had to leave early. Oh.
Zoe. Zoe, wait. Zoe. No, listen.
When they finally come close, starts all over again.
So I think they adopted her brother. But not. It's kind of sad. Because if you have any siblings and they just disappear one day, that's traumatizing.
I thought they let her visit him.
They did, and the foster mom took the brother on for a while, but I bet it was a permanent family that was going to like fully adopt him legally and take his full adoption, so like last name and everything. So
So they changed his name and everything?
they can, yeah.
They did change his name, that's terrible.
Yeah, it might just be the last name, but yeah, you're right. So she's obviously traumatized because she's an older kid, and usually older kids don't get adopted. So they stay in the foster care system forever, so that they're kind of showing what this looks like. And I'm hoping it has a happy ending. There's still 12 more minutes left.
They should have told her, so the children, if you adopt one guy, not the other one.
Right. Sometimes they do that. They say they come as a pair because like the kids are so traumatized at that point. I've heard they'll say all kids in this family come as a unit. You can't break them up. But it looks like here they did for some reason. I don't know. Hopefully.
They probably adopted.
Yeah.
Maybe the foster mom was planning on adopting her too. Maybe both of them.
Right. Hopefully. But in the meantime, she's dealing with her own trauma now. Like you can tell she's using artwork to cope and like kind of messed up. That's her rock that showed that her life's a hurricane.
Hi.
Commercial time, but hopefully I can skip it. So you get worried when they have a piece of glass.
Are you working on a school? So I would like your comments. I love you. Hey, I love you. And I'm gonna fight together behind that. My mom never fought for us, but I'm gonna fight for him.
What about me? Don't you want me to?
Of course. You're not a kid anymore. You're all grown up.
Let me close my eyes and see my life. The life I always imagined. Please see
Wow.
You really threw that birthday on our head.
I know she did, yeah. And that's what trauma looks like. They don't even know what they're doing. They like black out. And she wants to see her brother, so she's acting crazy. Like,
She really lucky she had patience, because she would be knocked out so fast, she was blacked out.
right, a lot of foster parents get in trauma
She
training.
has some negative side effects. This will help with moments of uncontrollable anger. I really believe this will make life easier.
Zoe doesn't need meds. She needs more therapy. She needs more interaction with her mom.
You see what I do, but forget why.
You'll still get a chance to. Hopefully twice a month, maybe even more. I've already set a play date for this weekend.
They just they aren't his parents.
If it doesn't work, we can always have the dosage. And second medicine to make it less sad or angry.
Well, why wouldn't you?
You forget what I've heard. You forget me.
Well, the nurse said that your
So
mom has
what? I'm not good enough for them.
that's not it.
Then what? I exploded with something. Sometimes slowly. Sometimes all at once. But always eventually.
What are you reading?
Those are the medicine.
Oh yeah? Is it good?
Yeah. It's better than the movie. In the book, Oz is a real place. It's not just in her dream. The tornado catches her up and it takes her away to a real place. She's trying to escape, but the tornado keeps going for that day. She keeps spinning inside.
It's not always about escaping though.
What's that?
And I was just trying to say something.
So this is the second half of the one, if you remember last Thursday. And luckily it is on the YouTube where you can look it up. So it's the removed ones, and basically she was taken from her parents' alcoholic and domestically violent home, placed with some foster parents. Eventually her brother was placed with her, but most recently her brother was removed and placed in another home, and she's dealing with like losing her brother. There's only 8 minutes left.
Sometimes you have to learn how to survive inside of it.
Survive inside of a tornado, she said.
Here you are. Right in the middle of all that spinning, you can let that tornado rip apart your heart, or you choose how to let what has happened to you affect you. Your mom's story doesn't have to be your story. Your future can be different. Remember that. And remember what happens tomorrow. We get a chance to visit with Maya.
So a lot of times in foster care, they adopt the younger kid for whatever reason. I don't know if when you're an adoptive parent, you want to like have a brand new baby and do that. So that's how the kids get split up. But some foster agencies don't let you split up the kids. It looks like this one did.
Did you know that space tornadoes are actually real? The stars being born, it only comes out of a tornado. It's hiding things. They're super dangerous. They're hard to survive. But at the end, the stars, in the middle of all of that wind, that's you, everybody. Yeah, we're stars. Yeah, isn't that cool? We're stars.
So it's hard to work in foster care. A lot of grief and trauma.
Zoe, you wrote this in your diary. Sometimes someone hurts you so bad, it stops hurting at all. Honey, what were you talking about when you wrote that? If you were to go home to live with your mom right now, would you be safe?
Objection, Your Honor. Cause for speculation.
Objection to statement.
Once upon a time, there was a girl who was being torn apart.
We have a constable.
Maybe you never thought your path would cross these valleys or be led up these mountains.
This law, you made several. However,
And no one can break the inside of me,
so we cannot continue.
and no one can tell me who I will be.
Say, I find this is so today.
And the question looms, you have the choice. Where to go next. We are stars. We're fire, wind, or into the chaos. And the winds whip around us. No one stays with us. Everything
So I think this is her 20 years later as a teacher now.
we know is taken away. You know, it can be hard when you're living in a home that's not your own. Hard to concentrate and stuff. But one day, you don't have to draw. Just remember that you get to decide who you want to be. Okay? No one else can do that. One day. Thanks, Miss Zoe. will shine.
So these are trainings for foster care workers, and this is the last one. I don't think you guys have seen this one yet. And this is a totally different kid, but his mom is either into drugs or going in for sex work, and that's when he's taken. So he was taken and removed. Did we watch this one last week? Okay. And this one kind of shows, again, the foster to adopt process. Sometimes if mom goes and gets a recovery and comes back and is okay, they are able to be replaced with mom. Now, if they die or get incarcerated or don't, the kid could get permanently placed. And so this is one of the social work jobs that your typical one, they say social workers only take kids, but the truth is there's more social workers working to keep the family together than there is taking the kids. So I don't know if she was buying pills or doing something to get the pills for free or doing something for money or just using drugs. I don't give you the full story, but she's coming back with police surrounding the car and they probably will take the kid.
I never wanted you out of my life.
Who are you? Yes, are you his mother?
Yes.
Okay, he's will be safe. So you don't have to worry about him.
Wait.
He's been put into protective custody.
Protected for what? I love you.
I'm gonna get an advertisement here, so I'll give you.
I should care about him.
Right, yes, she obviously does. And that's the problem with addiction is a lot of times it is like considered a mental illness. So you don't, that looks pretty good. You don't want to keep using the drugs, but you're physically addicted or you got something going on that you of course care for your family and then you have your own personal problem going on. So as a social worker, we try to weed those out and get somebody. They may be separated where she can go into recovery and get better. And then hopefully it ends after that. Let's see if I can skip this. She definitely cares about him though. And may have been in a bad relationship too.
Yes. I want you to come back. Okay. You still there? I'm gonna see you down.
Well, we received some call.
I was gone for 5 minutes. What are you talking about?
Yes. Is there anyone that we can call? His father, his family? You won't be able to see him. Just not right now.
And so a lot of times they try to place you with family first, like they're big on not just family reunification at the end, But like if mom or uncle or grandpa could take them, they try to place you with family first. A lot of times, well, especially if you're in the midst of an addiction problem, you don't have much family that wants to reach out to you. So that's the challenge that it involves. Hello.
Tell you my honestty, baby,
Yes.
I think it is a terrible idea.
So they called her, and then
want to be ashamed of yourselves. A bunch of big guys like you. Think about horrible
So, let's get in.
They look clean.
what's that?
They look clean.
Right, the parents. These are the foster parents.
Oh.
So
That was the real mom.
they look similar, but they're two different folks that they will show the new mom here in a minute, though. Or I mean, the bio mom in a minute.
Hey, buddy. What's your name? I'm Kathy. It's very nice to meet you.
But you can tell that dad does not want to adopt the kid. He's like, I think it's a bad idea. But I guess she convinces him. Or foster him. They're fostering him. If they say no, he'll go to a group home. Thank you. They keep doing flashbacks too, so this is the biological mother. She doesn't have any food.
How is
He looks about 8 or 9. I'm not good at judging ages because I see such big kids and little kids, but he doesn't have food here, so that's one of the first telltale signs that something's going on. She's dope sick.
You're fine. Sorry, just one last time. Come on. Come on. Don't worry, I'll be back. It's gonna be quick, okay? I promise. Yes. She'll be back tomorrow.
So he still has that sweater on too. So if the Fosters try to take it, he might get pissed. If they try to wash it, I should say. Probably because it has her scent.
Like pancakes?
She's crying. Sometimes it's okay. Just ask her nicely.
boys in my class who were
I think your parents are gonna love him. Such a sweet kid. Come on. He's just a little child, not a convict.
I'm not saying he's a convict, he's not just a child. We don't know where he comes from, we don't know anything about him. We don't know what it means for kids. We just don't want you to get too attached.
So those are all the questions foster parents usually ask if they are adopting, especially if they have their own kids. Like, we don't know where he comes from, we don't know his history, we don't know if we'll keep him forever because mom could get well and ask for him back.
Hey, just one. Please do. Please do. Cheetahs are really ridiculous fast. Got it? Okay, got it. Come on. Cool. Okay. Let's get this off. Please.
So I guess in here, imagine waking up one day and you're eating breakfast at a totally different place than you're used to. You don't know where the hell your mom is, and that's kind of where he's at. They kind of look like hippies with chickens and rabbits and stuff. Now he's visiting mom, and she's pregnant. Yep.
I miss you so much. Okay.
And now they're flashing back to when he was born. So it's a little hard to follow, but this is where the connection was made between mom and the adoptive foster parents, the nurse.
When you were born, just looked at me with those bright brown eyes. And I just knew you would love me. Protect me through my forever.
But her husband's a dick. Or maybe he needs recovery too. It's the foster dad.
I miss you. Miss you so bad. Oranges. I hope they let me have you. You still there?
So it looks like he's kind of forgetting about her as he lived here. I mean, obviously you'd never forget, but he's into this new thing. They found the dad's compass.
Did you find this?
So he's kind of making a connection with the adoptive dad, who at first he obviously didn't want to connect with, and maybe even fight, because he feels like those are the parents that took him away from his bio mom. And it is kind of the policy in social services, if there's drug and alcohol or domestic violence, sometimes the kids get placed, and some foster homes have other kids. So he's been living with them for a while. I guess it's Christmas. Social workers usually drive a Prius.
Hey, oh my goodness, look at it, it's raining outside. Hey, buddy, your mom is so excited to see you. She's been working so hard, going to all her meetings. She has a new place to live. She can't wait to have you back home. Are you excited to see her?
It's probably not. He's used to that house.
Hey, buddy. You're right here. Want to come with me? Remember how we came in the candy room? You want to do that again?
So this is how they show the mom connecting with the adoptive parent. When she's born, she notices bruises and maybe track marks from heroin, and then she gives her number.
Since the moment that you were born, you are a star. Just the 10th of the room. Remember, it's just looks at me, those big brown beautiful eyes.
You take care, Mama.
I just knew, I knew you would never leave me. That's right.
Do you want to know what I also think?
Yes.
I think it is a terrible idea.
Stick right here with us. With your giggles, your smiles, your laugh, your tears, and your love for me. You're part of me. No one can take that. Remember that. Your time here is a big part of you. Don't ever let go.
Did you find this? Wow, this was my dad's. I thought it was gone. He used it when he would go sailing. He loved boats and sailing and loved the ocean. And yeah. You know what this is? This is a compass. And what it does is basically, you see that arrow there? So whichever way you move it, that arrow points north. And that helps you find your way. If you know which way north is, you can always find your way home.
Look at me.
So these are training videos they'll show to parents and foster parents, social workers that work with foster parents, and kind of explaining the policy and the things that social work kids that are removed and the social workers and the foster parents can all go through, because it's not easy to begin with. But finishing up with chapter 10 about social work and social policy, it's essentially getting into that safety component. I know we stopped on the last slide Tuesday, but just that component of the policy's intent. Making sure the kids are safe, giving mom an opportunity to recover, and different funding sources that help pay for that. So paying for the social workers to connect the foster children to other foster to adopt agencies. In this case, it had a happier ending where mom got sober, had another baby, and now they're all living together. The foster family, I'm sure they kept in contact with. So if you are placed at one of those, that's one of the social policies that can be a little tougher. Next week, we'll be dipping into chapter 11. So I know some of you wanted to present early, so I'll give you presentations on your PowerPoint and whatever, starting as early as next week, and you have a few weeks to present them. So your observation piece, I've opened everything up. So any discussion and any assignment that you need to do since midterm is open for you. And if you have questions about how to access those, send me an email or get with me after class. But that's all I've got for you guys today. Anybody still need the